Yes.
What number is this? I'm sorry.
Number 8, Mayor veto on the resolution.
Mr. President,
Mr. Samansky.
there'll be a substitute that'll be offered up during the regular session.
All right, thank you. Next item.
Number 9 is a 60-day review of boards at 313 at 1240 Eastdale Mall, Unit F13.
All right, Mr. Grimes.
Ms. Blaylock, I never heard anything from the police. Did you?
I've never heard a thing back from either the Boyds or MPD.
Okay. If we don't have a problem, I'm good.
Okay.
So that's where we're at.
All right, thank you, Mr. Grimes. Next item.
Item 10, ordinance amending Chapter 27 of the Code of Ordinances to add Article 6, regulating dangerous pedestrian conduct in public right-of-way.
All right, Ms. Beard or Mr. Samansky. Any questions, comments? I know this was carried over.
No, I think we'll be ready to move
I think
forward
we're ready
with this.
for it. Thank you.
Yep, during the regular session.
All right, thank you.
Item 11, resolution authorizing the mayor to execute contracts without council approval.
All right, number 11 is voted up and down in the regular meeting.
12, application for an event center doing business as venue 19 Event Space, 19 South Court Street.
What we on, 12?
Yes, sir. Item 12.
Ms. Johnson.
I'm sorry. We'll see if they're here. If they're not here, Mr. President, I'm gonna carry it over.
Mr. President,
Mr. Mitchell.
while we were talking about number 12, I think some time ago we passed an ordinance that event centers must first obtain a ABC, and I think that we have gotten away from that. Is Bob here? Can we?
Yep, we absolutely did
And so we're getting so many event centers that we are getting. I think we had a maybe a clause in it because of religious reasons. I think we
You
passed
gave an
one.
exemption.
We did
We've
one
given-
exemption.
I think we've given 2 exemptions for religious reasons.
All right,
So, Bob, can you speak about the ordinance that we currently have when it comes to event? Do they supposed to first come to the council, first get the ABC light? How was that ordinance written, Bob? Do you remember offhand?
Right. Unless they have been exempt, they're supposed to have the alcohol first. Is that right?
Can't hear you, Bob.
It's a complex question because if you give them the liquor license and then deny the event center,
yeah, it's kind of like we're putting the wagon before the horse.
do you want them to come at the same time? Would that be better, just to hold both until the same time? Because it comes through our office, both of them,
So my question would be, and I understand what Mr. Mitchell, we send them to get a liquor license first, and you come and they just spent money that they don't have a license to do an event center. So we're kind of like we're putting the wagon before the horse. So,
And Ms. Blaylock, I would have to ask you, how is the ordinance written? Is it written that they, and I guess if it's written like that, we would have to do amendment if it's actually,
requiring them.
if it's requiring them to do that.
I don't remember the verbiage right off the top of my head. I would have to look at it and have legal look at it also.
It does say they have to have alcohol if they're an event center.
pull your mic closer to you, we can't hear you.
I don't know if they might low.
It does say they have to have alcohol if they're an event center.
But do they have to get one before the other, I think is the question that's before. Do they
Well,
have
why
to-
would they go ahead and get their event center and then maybe they get turned down for the lights?
That was the point I was making to them, that it's a gray area.
That's why we
Maybe they
always
should-
say, go ahead and get your alcohol, apply for it first.
Mr. President, we've had a lot of these people operate without getting a license from us. So I think we got to get the liquor license first, whether we like it or not. Maybe a little bit backwards, but Mr. Councilman Mitchell, I think that's what we had when we passed that, is that so they wouldn't get in the gray area, start open an event center and start bringing in brown bag or drinking and not without a liquor license. I know it doesn't sound.
Well, you remember they're paying that filing fee also on the liquor license where they're not on the event center.
Yeah, and Mr. President, I think I just went through this process, and if you're a lounge or a restaurant, and as part of the process, you're filing your ABC application, and as part of that process, you come to the council after you have council approval Then it's sent off to the licensing because that's where you get your business license. And then you send that business license over to the ABC board who gives you the liquor license at the very end of that process so that you can open.
But a
The other thing
restaurant
that's-
can open before and come back and get the alcohol.
Right, you can open, but you can't have alcohol
Well,
because
no, you can't serve it.
yeah,
no.
you have to obtain your alcohol from a state facility. And so
Correct.
I think the event center could run the same as a liquor, as a lounge or a restaurant. The issue really is whether or not they're planning on selling alcohol and whether or not they are serving alcohol before they're supposed to.
But they put that stipulation on event centers only. They have to have alcohol unless y'all change it.
And that's where the rub comes in.
So where do we stand?
Legal.
They gotta have alcohol to be in the event center unless y'all change the ordinance.
Okay, does that mean when they come in to get an event center, I send them to ABC before I, and present them both at the same time? Or,
I would say the same time because you would want them to go ahead and be approved. Because we wait on them to be approved before we sell the event center license to them.
and then they pay the fee at ABC as well as with the city. And if they're denied, it's gonna be fun. But I understand what the council's saying, so whatever y'all want me to do.
You get your question answered?
I did not, but like I said, I pulled that ordinance and I'll look at that ordinance to see how the verbiage is. So, because like I said, if they are required to, by the ordinance that we passed, to have a liquor license, I just don't want them to come here, get their business license, and they never go get their ABC and they still.
I'm gonna text somebody at the office because I don't have my information on that in front of me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Is it gonna put us in jeopardy if they get that liquor license and then y'all deny them?
Legal, can you chime in on where we're at with this, the gray area? Because basically what I'm hearing, we're gonna ask someone to go get a liquor license prior to getting a business license in the city of Montgomery. You know, are we in the business to do business? If you go get a liquor license, that means you automatically gonna get what I'm saying, an event center and other license. So we're gonna go to the part where we tell lounges to go get a liquor license before you come on zoning? Because if you go get a liquor license and comes and you within this 250 feet or you're not in the proper area for a event center, we're kind of wasting people's time and spinning their wheels if we're doing that. So I'm just trying to get your legal opinion on where you think we should start this.
Well, the way it stands now,
You gotta use the microphone.
well, the way it stands now, the liquor is required initially, but what we probably need to do is to really look at that ordinance and sure up to make sure it's clear on the way it reads. And we'd be happy to take it back and look at it and get with Bob and all of them to make sure that it reads the best way. That would be more reasonable. Is it more reasonable to, get your liquor license even before you get a business license or vice versa? So
Okay, because I'm looking at it from a standpoint, even if you say a hotel, they're kind of like event centers when they have lounges and ballrooms. So we're gonna ask a hotel, no, you go get your liquor license before you come here and get a business. It kind of look like we're putting,
It
like we don't
does.
want to do business in the city of Montgomery.
it
So,
does.
we need to get that fixed.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, right.
Are we ready for 13?
You
Item
got your question
13.
answered on 12, we're gonna work on it? Yeah, we'll work on it. Okay, all right, thank you.
Item 13, application for a conference center doing business at Summerlin's Place, 315 West Fleming Road.
Councilor Riley?
Mr. President, we do have a petition on this. We do have a copy of the petition that is on file, and we also have someone to speak on this at 5 o'clock.
Is the petition in favor?
Against.
Okay, thank you.
Item 14, resolution approving and authorizing mayor to execute a contract or letter of agreement with Progress Rail Services for railroad repairs at Kershaw Burbank and Kershaw Dunbarton.
Councilor Beard?
I think we're good on this. We'll just vote on it in the regular session, please.
Okay.
15, ordinance granting a franchise to Unity Fiber Co. to operate and maintain transmission cable in the city's right-of-way.
I think we're good on this.
All right.
16, ordinance to prohibit the consumption of alcoholic beverages brought into non-residential business premises without a license for alcoholic beverage sales.
All right, Mr. Mitchell.
Mr. President Calhoun, we had this ordinance once before. I think the city of Pratt will have the same ordinance. I think we just pulled it from another municipality. And this prevents people from getting just a regular business license and allowing people to bring alcohol on premise. Just like we just discussed, we tell the event centers all the time, no alcohol on premise, but we have a BYOB that they can still allow individuals to bring alcohol. And I just want to make sure that we're doing everything we can because these places are not good. And Councilor Ed Grimes is big on liability insurance, liquor liability. So they are allowing alcohol to be served with any type of liability. And I just want to make sure that we're doing everything we can. We had this ordinance before, probably maybe in place about 2 years ago. We walked away from it, and I just want us to revisit this ordinance.
All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, Mr. President, I got a couple of questions, Mr. Mitchell. I think, again, have we run through the event centers and venues that we know actively are, allowing for catering partners in the city to be able to do, bar catering, or if you're hosting a wedding and the idea of being able to bring in outside alcohol to a wedding event like that, the requirement to have a liquor license, there's a lot that goes into having that, and if you have a venue that has previously operated and allowed individuals to bring in their own alcohol to an event, is there a way for us to address good businesses that have been working with the city well that have not had these kind of issues, or are we saying no more BYOB for any kind of venue?
And Mr. President, that lies the problem. We just talked about event centers making sure that they have to get a ABC license. That way we do not run into this issue of allowing, you're talking about allowing people to drink in your establishment without any type of liability. So I don't know if they're buying their alcohol from Georgia. I don't know, they're giving it to other people, so you take the liability off the owners, and I just want to make sure that we are making those owners responsible. Like, a young man just came up to me and said that he has I have no issues with cigar shops. Mm-hmm. He said that he's renting his locker to store alcohol in it. If that's the case, we need to charge him for the rental of his locker. He's making money and he's actually selling alcohol because he's renting his locker to store alcohol that people can come in and drink. And so this lies the problem. We always had this BYB in place. So this is something that the city has done for many, many years. And I just want to make sure that we are not telling event centers that you cannot have alcohol on premises, but we have something called BYOB that they can allow people to bring in their brown bags.
No, I agree with that, actually. And I guess the clarification, I just want to make sure, if we have a licensed catering option, we have many of them in the city, that is going to a venue to provide alcohol for a specific special event, is that something that would be allowed, or are you saying that the entity hosting the special event would have to have a liquor license of their own?
So your license is with the brick and mortar. If Bob, I don't know if Bob can answer that question. I don't think your ABC license is transferable, that you can go from your brick and mortar to another individual and make their brick and mortar license. So I would have to refer that over to Bob. Bob, did you hear what he asked?
Okay, what was the question again?
No, I was just pointing out the fact that
transferring liquor?
Well, not transferring, but if you have a venue in town that would call in, whether, we know plenty of the catering companies that have their own liquor license, would this prohibit them from contracting with a business in town for, like, as I said, wedding alcohol?
So you're talking like an event center, really, is what you're talking about?
Yeah, well, like, take it, but instead of it being distributed by the owner of the event center, what I'm saying is, a good example, Vintage Hospitality Group, right? They
Okay.
do events in District 7 all the time, and sometimes they bring in their own bartending staff to do weddings and for special events. If a venue is using a licensed catering operation, would this ordinance restrict them from then providing alcohol at special events?
Okay, who's assuming the liquor liability, though? The
It'd be the
caterer or
person
the
that,
event center?
in order to have the in order to have the liquor license in the first place, you'd be the person distributing the alcohol.
The
Now,
license runs with the business. It doesn't run with the individual, it runs with the business.
no, I meant with the business that has the liquor license.
The
Yes.
location has to
Yes.
have a liquor license.
Yes. There's the location.
So what we're saying basically then is that the catering outfits that we've talked about, being able to go into venues to provide alcohol at a special event, we're no longer going to do that anymore with this. Even if they are with their own liquor liability, their own liquor license. I mean, I understand I really understand the intent of this. I just want to make sure, similar to other times, that there isn't collateral damage to good businesses and operations in our city. I am all about making sure that people can't brown bag at an event center. But I do know that we have in downtown and all across the city, we have venues that host events that bring in licensed caterers who provide food and provide alcohol for parties that carry their own liquor liability insurance. I just want to make sure that we're not affecting those operations. Sometimes they're even being held in the rotundas of some of the business offices that we have in this city. And so I want to make sure that we are not going to kind of sweep up businesses that are providing a positive service here in the city.
Mr. President,
Ryan?
when we have events under the train station, the home builders have their crawfish boil, there's beer and you buy tickets and all that. Isn't there a special permit they get for those things?
Yes.
Yes, sir,
Special
special
events.
event retail, or a
Yes.
special event less
So,
than 30 days. either
Then
way.
if you're hosting something, just get that special event permit, couldn't we?
We have in the past, that we've had weddings that were at a venue where there was not a liquor license, and we required them to get a liquor license if
Okay.
we knew about them. Now, some of these, granted, are under the radar. I'm not saying the businesses aren't, but the way our ordinance is written is that as he was saying, the license, the location has to have a liquor license. It can't travel. Now, the caterer is how that works.
All right, any other questions, comments? Next item.
Item 17, ordinance amending Chapter 3-17, compliance with local alcoholic beverage control laws, increasing the city's filing fees.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, Mr. President, this is just moving our application fees for liquor from $300 to $500, and the special event licenses from $200 to $400.
All right, any questions, comment? Next item.
18, ordinance amending ordinance number 51-2023, section 5-13, amending the council rules of procedure to limit individuals from addressing council on the same subject to once a quarter.
All right, any questions? Yes, can we vote on? Hey,
Mr. President, can you?
Yeah, let me explain
Yes,
what
please.
I'm talking about. I know some of you guys got some calls on it that council president is trying to censor people from coming before the council to speak to the council. That's not what is the intent of this change in our rules. As you know, these are council rules of engagement. Years ago, the council only allowed the citizens to speak on agenda items only. But in our wisdom, we said the public can come in and communicate with this council on things that's going on within their district, within their city. You know, we had people saying we can't reach our council members, so it gave them an opportunity to come before the council to speak. This is not to say you don't have freedom of speech. We're just saying every 2 weeks to come speak on the same items over and over and over again. It's just redundant. So if you want to speak every 2 weeks, just speak about something different. That's all we're asking that you do. So it's the council rules as we move forward. It's up to the council as we want to vote. It's something that I'm recommending. I get you guys calls and comments on it. So if you're getting pushback from the community, then you vote your conscience. I know we probably going to carry it over today, but it's just something to keep our meetings efficient and keep it moving fluently, so we don't be sitting here day in every 2 weeks listening to the same thing over and over again. That's the point of adding this rule. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
19, resolution directing the mayor to execute an easement for Dixie Electric Cooperative for the purpose of constructing and maintaining power lines and equipment.
It's good. All right, good.
Item 20, application for a lounge retail liquor Class II package license doing business as Liquor Factory, 1508 South Decatur Street.
Mr. Semansky?
Deal with it in meeting.
All right, I think that they're here. I told them that you had some concerns about it, so they come to me.
Madam Mr. President, I spoke to the real estate agent. I said that there needed to be a discussion with the adjoining neighborhoods. I don't believe that's taken place.
Handle your business, sir. All right, next item.
21, resolution concurring in the reappointment of Dwana Nelson to the Montgomery County Board of Human Resources.
Okay,
22, resolution concurring in the reappointment of Henry L. Jackson to the Montgomery County Board of Human Resources.
okay.
Resolution concurring in the reappointment of George Goodwin to the Montgomery County Board of Human Resources.
Cedric, you gonna speak on that behalf? I know, I'm just teasing. I don't have a problem. Thank you.
Item 24, pursuant to Section 1153B1, authorization of demolition of the list of the unsafe structures at those listed locations.
Riley, you got a lot of tear down.
Yes, yes, God is good.
You inherited it.
God is
Appreciate you getting
good.
put down.
God is good.
Thank you. All right, next item.
Item 25, resolution assessing the cost of abatement of unsafe structures on various lots.
All right,
26, resolution declaring, authorizing, and assessing cost of abatement of public nuisances on various lots.
all right. Anyone have anything else before we get into our work session communication roster?
You want to discuss that one now?
Yeah, we can. Mr. President, I have a. Yes, sir.
Another alcohol?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's a resolution imposing a 6-month moratorium on the issuance of lounge liquor Class 1 and lounge liquor package Class 2 license.
Mr. President.
Mr. Mitchell?
Mr. President, you have at the back, you have a list of Class 1 liquor, alcohol licenses. And I just want the city to look at the hours of operation. I want us to look at the number of these stores we have in each district. And I just want to make sure that we're looking at the distance moving forward. And I'm asking that we take a serious look at how many that we get to come in front of us. What benefit are they doing the communities that they are serving, and the benefits of the city of Montgomery as a whole. So I just ask the council to consider just 6 months. If we can get this study done and looked at before that time, I would be glad to revisit it. But I definitely want to look at the number of stores we have. That's like we did the title stores back a couple years ago. So I just want us to look at it, Mr. President.
All right. Mr. Mitchell, I know we got some copies up here, but we can't read them.
They need to fix that now.
You can't. I gave you one. I know, but it's faded.
Mr. President,
Miss Grind, Miss
no, it's Beard,
B-E-A-R-D.
B-E-A-R-D, like a man's beard, thank you. Mr. President, I think we need to look at these again too, just for correction and clarity, please, because I think we're going by an old map. They are. And some of these, I'm just glancing at mine, for example, Councilor Johnson has Max Tavern. Both of the two Fairground Roads, those are not in District 2 any longer. And so that's a District 3. So I want us all to kind of go back and check, because I think somebody in somewhere is not using the correct division of the districts. You don't have the correct map.
The GIS map.
Right, you
needs
don't
to
have
be
the correct
updated.
map.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Beard.
Yeah,
Any other questions?
and you're right, because they also call here, and we're getting different phone calls that aren't our district. So we need to get that set forth and get on the same page.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Beard. All right, any other council have anything else?
I don't know, man. They all know.
Y'all good? Good. All right, in work session, public communication, Mr. Brian Davis, healthcare benefits for the citizens of Montgomery, sponsored by Ms. Johnson.
Good afternoon to everyone here today. First off, we want to thank the council for allowing us to come and speak with y'all today and have a little bit of y'all's time. My name is Chris Chappelle, and my colleague here is Brian Davis. He's the one passing those pamphlets out to y'all. So what are we here for? Obviously, there is a health care crisis throughout the United States, but specifically in Montgomery City, or Montgomery, Alabama. One of the things that we like to do is talk about the vision statement or mission statement for each individual city that we go into. We represent a company called Telehealth. Unfortunately, there is not a quote-unquote mission statement for the city of Montgomery, but we did read about the Envision Montgomery 2040 plan, and that's kind of what we're here for. We're here to help support that. We believe that our partnership will be a great and advantageous partnership that would help that within the city of Montgomery. We have a partner in Texas, just to kind of give you a little backstory. We have a city partner in Texas that currently has about 250,000 residents. They lost their only hospital due to not being profitable because so many citizens had no insurance and used the ER as their primary care. That type of situation possibly could be happening in Montgomery, and that's why we're here to address that. I believe that back in December, y'all did a health assessment here in the city of Montgomery. I'm just going to read through this really quickly, and then Brian's going to come up and kind of tell you how that partners and how the pillars of what Envision 2040 encompass, how that actually goes in partnership with what we're doing. Almost 40% of the people living in Montgomery classify as obese, and more than 14% of residents have experienced significant food insecurity. Challenging the city's public health landscape further, in 2021, amid high rates of heart disease, cancer, and diabetes, nearly 10% of the population lacked health insurance. City's leadership newly proposed Envision Montgomery 2040 plan geared towards sustainable development and enhancing quality of life in the community. Because of that lack of having the type of health and the type of situations like that, that's what Brian's going to come up and talk about. Unfortunately, I'm stumbling on my words. I apologize about that. But he's going to come up and talk about that a little more.
No, that's great. We're here to put a doctor in everybody's pocket in the city of Montgomery. Every day of the week, every day of the year, 365 days a year, 10 people in your household can have access to a doctor within 2 minutes for $9 a month. And this program was founded in Texas. We've got cities in multiple states now. We do not have any in Alabama, but this is a game changer for a community. The single mom that wakes up and has a UTI and does not have time to go to the doctor can text, and I know because my wife has done this, she, within 15 minutes of her text engagement, she was picking up medicine at CVS. We have a partnership with Cost Plus Drugs. We have a partnership with manufacturer coupons on drugs. Our average prescription drug cost is $10. With no insurance, you can use this service. With insurance, you can use this service. If you're on Medicare, you can use this service. If you're on Medicaid, you can use this service. So we're here tonight just to introduce this. We would love to come back and give a full presentation if this is something that the council would find interesting. We are getting kids back to school 2 days sooner in the cities that use us, which is great for the school district. We are also handling 97% of the texts that come through do not need to go to a physical doctor. So 3% have to actually go to a doctor. And then the best part is for your first responders, because we are actually decreasing your 911 dispatch by 20% in the cities that are participating. So now your folks aren't having to, your firefighters, your paramedics aren't having to dispatch to a hospital, wait until they're seen by a doctor. 20% of that will go away with this program.
All right.
Thank you.
Any questions from Brian, from the council?
Is this teledoc, is that what you're really talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else?
And there's
Do we have that, Betty, do we have that in our health plan? I thought we did. Yeah. Most Blue Cross plans have got it in the plans in the state, but for the uninsured, Medicaid probably doesn't have it. Yeah, okay. All right.
Mr. President, I got a question.
Mr. Grimes?
On the 20% reduced 911 calls, what type of cities is that coming from? Is it large cities, middle, small, what?
So our largest city is 250,000 population. Our smallest city is a very rural area in South Carolina. But across the board, since we've rolled this program out, 20% is about what we see across the board. And as you know, cities throw a party if they can decrease it by 5%.
No, absolutely. I hear you. No, I agree.
And this is, to Mr. Jenright's comment, this is not just for the city, it's for every citizen. The way that this is funded is through, and I know that the city of Montgomery doesn't send out a water bill. You have Montgomery Water, but it is funded through some sort of maybe a sanitation bill or something like that where we can push that out and use that as the mechanism.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Any other questions? Thank you. Thank you for your presentation.
Brian, you had some extra handouts. Do you mind handing it to our
Yes.
COO?
Absolutely.
And Brenda, please.
Will do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Terrell Campbell, Director of Office of Violence Prevention, and Mr. John Riley, Director of SOS Save Our Streets.
Yes, sir.
All right. I was called to, you all have some questions. So just wanted to highlight Office of Violence Prevention and our work that we've been doing with SOS. We recently just completed hiring our staff for OVP and SOS, finished hiring their staff for the hospital responders and their interventionists. SOS has been on the streets and training since the probably end of May, and we're rolling out our Montgomery stand-up campaign. We had a opening meeting on October 15th. And so we have some initiatives going forward, including youth initiatives, our department, also connecting communities to resources. And just to give you, I'm gonna back up a little bit. The way this partnership works, our SOS team are our boots on the ground providing intervention and services for individuals and high-risk individuals that are prone to commit acts of violence via gun violence. Our team here, OVP, is set apart providing strategic overseeing the projects, but also working in the prevention side in the schools, and also working, we have building a partnership with youth services out at Mount Meigs, and working with those youth out there. And so right now, we're both really just getting started in this process. I know that SOS has been on the ground since, that was end of May, right? Yes. Yeah. You can go ahead.
So, Mr. Campbell,
Yes, sir.
I know you guys are two separate entities. So
Yes.
I want to just fully talk about what your office is doing.
Gotcha.
How you guys are you in the school? Are you on the streets? The number of people that you have in your office, what you guys are currently doing right now at this point.
Gotcha. And so right now, we are fully staffed. We have 7 individuals, 2 individuals that are working on prevention issues and also intervention. And so those individuals are connecting with the schools. Those individuals are connecting with the youth services division out at Mount Meigs, providing those services. Again, our staff recently just started. Those individuals started within the last 2 weeks. Also, we brought on board a victim advocate that will be working closely with SOS and the victims of violence across this city and providing support in those gaps where they are. Then also we have our strategic communication and engagement specialists that's working in the communities, working closely with communications and working with closely with neighborhood services, making sure they get the information out to really just come together and providing support in those communities and making sure that neighbors are getting the information to also help stop the violence, train them, and things of that nature.
So, Mr. Campbell, I'm big on data. So do you have any supporting data to what the work that you guys are currently doing?
So just the week, we literally just started in 2 weeks. Again, our office has just been built up in 2 weeks. And so right now we have our people in place. And so right now, like I said, the last staff I hired was probably October 10th. And so we're out doing that work presently right now.
And I guess this will be my last question. Percy Julian and JAG is a zero tolerance. They have had a number of fights related to gang and community stuff. How involved are you guys actually in any of those schools?
So right now we're working through trying to get an MOU started with MPS, and maybe you can talk afterwards to make sure that we can get inside the school. We've done some work in regards to meeting with the sports teams and things of that nature, but right now we're trying to connect with the system in a few ways. But if we can sit down and talk so we can move that quickly forward, because that we've been trying to get that started in the last month or so.
Mr. President,
with MPS.
Terrell, I want to say that was about 2 years ago, possibly. Tyus and I worked in the schools and started something, and it kicked off to go into a MOU, and that was already produced, and I don't know where that is, but you may need to check and find out where that is in the process.
Yeah, that MOU is not in place anymore, and that's why I've been really pushing to get that MOU done with MPS. And they've had it for probably about 3 weeks now. And so I know that I'm waiting for them to contact me back so we can move forward. And so that's a very important step for me to take. So if you and I can definitely talk to try to make sure that that's done. Because that, again, in the schools is very important. And so we've been doing stuff on the skirmishes in regards to the edges, but we know that we need to make sure that document is done before we can fully implement programs inside the schools.
Any other questions?
Yeah, Mr. President.
Mr. Jim Wright.
Terrell, you're a city employee, right?
Yes.
And then, so you're funded through the city, and Live Free, I see this is all tied to Family Guidance Center too. Now, Live Free is is SOS and Live Free together? Is that some kind of partnership?
Yeah, so this is one project. We have several partners, which include SOS, which includes Live Free as a, there are trainers, and then also we have, through other funding entities, partnerships with the Beacon Center and other organizations.
I know Beacon Center's got quite a bit of funding too.
Yes.
My concern is you're Stop the Violence people, and I'm really concerned about how you would have stopped what happened in downtown Montgomery 2 weeks ago.
Can you repeat that question one more time?
How would you have stopped what you're doing? How would we have diverted or not had the incident downtown where 2 people got killed and 12 went to the hospital? How would you stop that violence?
Again, it's an all's on heads effort that should and we continue to work on, and that includes the police department, partnering with them. That includes our community partners, and that includes working with our partners, SOS. And so that was a tragic event. It's unfortunate, but we continue to move forward in regards to reaching out to the community, partnering with our community, partnering with parents in schools, and making sure that they all have the resources. And it's an unfortunate event.
It is an unfortunate event. It's put a bad sign on it.
Correct.
As much money as we're spending on Stop the Violence in this city, it's sad that it happened, period. And it just really bothers me greatly that we've got people that signed it, and you've got 7 people on your staff now. I have no idea how many Live Free's got or SOS has
Well,
got.
Live Free, so you let you know, Live Free is a training, they do training. And so they are not
So
part
they
of
don't affect the street.
They are not boots on the ground. They train the staff, SOS, to provide the services that they have on ground.
So we're spending $2 million for them to train?
No, not $2 million.
I believe our funding through
No.
Barbara was a pretty good bit.
No, it's probably less than $200,000.
Oh, my God.
Yes. And I can get you
I
those
must be
numbers broken
misled.
down.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
well, okay, straighten me out. Okay.
Yeah.
But we got to stop the violence, and I'm very concerned. We know the group that did this. We know the age group of this deal.
Correct.
We may talk about third graders, fifth graders, sixth graders, but we know that 18 to 25-year-old people are where our problem's at.
Yes.
We got to address that, and I know our police department appreciates you helping to address that.
Correct. And again, I appreciate, the SOS being boots on the ground since May. And so I've been working to build my staff to make sure that they have the overall support in regards to the prevention side, because this is all us working together.
I'm like Mr. Mitchell. I want to see outcomes, I want to see numbers. Yeah. Thank you.
Mr. President, I got a question.
Mr. Grimes.
And I'm kind of on Mr. Jenwright's. We gave ARPA dollars, didn't Live Free get ARPA dollars?
Yes, they did.
And I think in the 50 million of the fallout, and we gave some money. I don't have the 50 million list from 24. We gave
County
some money.
Commissioner Chairman's here. I see him over there sitting in the corner. And I think he was part of the money we gave to the Live Free.
Yeah, so Live Free is only a training
I got
contract.
it, but I don't have the 50 million in front of me right now to see how much you got, but it was a pretty good number.
There was,
We put-
that $50 million number is not true. That was less than that.
It wasn't 50, it was part of the $50 million.
Correct.
Mr. President.
I want to make sure that we're not just saying numbers.
No. We're not saying numbers.
Yes.
Right.
Mr.
Riley.
President, I have a question. Well, I have several questions. The
Yes.
first question is, Mr. Terrence, when did you start?
I started May 30th,
Okay.
right in the midst of budget season.
Thank you.
Okay.
I want to make sure we understand how long this program has been in progress, when did you come in, and when did we start receiving data on this program? Because I'm looking at a data book right here, because I'm big on stats too, and I'm trying to understand this data book said that it started in, y'all put some 2021 numbers in here, and the decrease in the things you have done. So I'm asking, at this time, we need to collaborate and work together
Correct.
to do this correctly, because we're now just getting people in places, in positions to do the work, correct?
Correct.
Is that right?
Correct.
So family guidance, are you all collaborating together to work together, to come together as one unit so we can get out here and target the areas that we need to target, get in the school system, get the MOs done that we need to get done? Have you all collaborated anything? Because I know Councilor Mitchell, you're one of the ones that they need to come and talk to and sit down with, correct?
I'll be glad to. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
See, we got a collective of people that want to see us fail, and a collective of people that want to see us make it.
Yes.
I'm one of the ones that want to see us succeed, because these are our children that are out on these streets we're dying and losing every single day. We've got to change the narrative of our city. So if the council can do anything to sit down and put some input in this, we would be, I can speak for me, I would be more than happy to help.
Yes.
Especially working in the Department of Correction for 30 years. I would be more than happy to help you all with some data, because some things we're doing, we've got to change. Some things we need to do, we need to implement more programs to help. So
Correct.
I'm here to put my effort in the front to say, what do we need to do to help you all?
Yeah, and we'll be having planning meetings coming up. We did have one last week. We invited you all out, and so it's going to take all of us. And like I said, I do appreciate SOS Day's been on the ground since May. And again, this thing takes time. Rome wasn't built overnight, and it's going to take time. And they've hired another 4 to 6 interventionists that's being trained November 1st.
Okay.
And so
we got you.
Yeah.
Anybody got any
I'd
other
like to
questions?
speak to Mr. Riley.
Mr. President.
Go ahead.
Ms. Beard?
Yes, I had an event at North Pass on Sunday, and SOS and Office of Violence Prevention came and helped me and did a beautiful job, and I think we made an impact of we had a small gathering, but it was just enough. And then, of course, Councilman, on Saturday, Councilman Johnson and I had one, and you were there, and we appreciate that. I would like to see, though, and I don't, for you to orchestrate maybe on ball game nights and that kind of stuff. Your group just in the stands at Crampton Bowl, just walking around mixing and mingling with the people, just to show more boots on the ground in that respect. At the fair for next year, that kind of thing, doing some partnerships that way. I'm sure you're working towards that way.
Yes.
And so I just think those might be some good venues for you to show up at and make a difference in that area.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Mitchell?
Mr. Riley. Mr. Riley, you're from Montgomery, correct?
Yes, I am.
So you know the culture and climate of Montgomery, correct?
I do.
So my thing is, I just want to make sure that we are putting the right people in place, because those ages that we saw between the age of 18 to 25, and I don't care how much, we proclaim that we know these young folks, unless you're their age, Mr. Riley, we won't be able to connect with them. So I want to make sure that how many street interventionists you have, Mr. Riley?
We have 12 right now.
And how often do you deploy them? How often do you guys send them out? I'm not talking about to picnics. I'm not talking about how many times do you guys actually send them to the streets to make sure that they are making contact, make sure they know what's going on, that they are sitting on Facebook, because Facebook tell it all.
Yes. My team, the SOS team, is out in the communities on a daily basis. Their work doesn't consist of a lot of office work. It's maybe 80-20 as far as being in the office and being in the streets. So most of the time they are out in the communities. And a lot of the work that we do at SOS is not going to be what you actually see on the news, because we're behind the scenes. We're talking to people in the community. We're talking to other people that have things that's going on that has influence over some of these younger people that you're referring to. One of the things I would like to say is that even with the unfortunate incident downtown, and you said, well, how could we stop that? What we did do, though, we did stop some of the repercussions that would have followed that. So you would have actually seen more shootings and more killings following that. A lot of times SOS comes into place when there's a situation that even the police might not know about, a rife or beef between people in different neighborhoods, and we know this because we're out there in those neighborhoods, and that way we can do our prevention and intervention work then before it becomes an issue that has to be blown up in the media where we have another essentially shooting or killing. So yes, we do. We're out in the community. SOS is out in the community, and I just really wanted to say we do attend some of those other events and everything, but we are out. We're in the areas where it's going down at. And I think by being in those areas, I can't say put an exact number on how many additional murders or shooting, but the numbers would be big. Because everybody in the SOS, from the interventionist to myself, the manager, we're out there. Sometimes we're out there 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. We're out there. Wherever they're gathered at, we're out there. And that's the difference that we're making. I know that we have work to do in our schools and with some of our younger people, but again, like you said, that age between 18 and 25 that are not in school, we have to be able to reach those people as well.
Mike? Thank you, Mr. Riley.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank
get on the
you.
streets and make it
Good
happen.
job.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Appreciate you.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Mr. President, can I also make a statement?
No, ma'am. I'm trying to get you to the Go ahead, Ms. Jones.
I wanted to state that Mr. Riley, John Riley, made a point to speak about we can get into schools, but he also made the point to state that they're outside in the street. So a lot of the times I wanted the council to recognize it and the general public that a lot of things that are happening in the school start in the community. And they go to the school and they take it back to the community. So he's right where he needs to be.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. All right. Mr. Kippy Tate or Jacob's representatives, update on MFI projects. We got a video?
You know we do.
All right, thank you, sir.
A talking video.
Good afternoon, council.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tate.
We're back here to perhaps come before you one final time as relates to the MFI funded projects, which comprise of a lot of community centers, the Lagoon Park softball renovations and so forth. And we've always been transparent with this body and just about everybody who's been interested in what we're doing. And we felt it necessary because just about spent all the money. And want to be sure that you get an idea of where we are. So on the 11th of November 2022, we got a call from the mayor's office. And this is when that program landed in the inspections department at the time. 6 of us were commissioned to start this project, and 3 of us are still here, Patrick Dunson, myself, and Betty Beeville. The other 3 have moved on to other things. And then, as you know, we partnered with Jacobs, and to my right is Brittany Lee, and their firm helped us manage quite a bit of the projects that came along with how we assessed the needs for the community centers and the other projects. Within that, 2 years ago, PIPE was established, and then the MFI team got rolled into PIPE. And then from that point forward, we were able to assemble the qualifications you see here on the screen. We have a licensed architect. I wonder who that is. We have 3 professional engineers involved in our PIPE program, over 144 professional certifications, 64 trade certified people. So the bottom line is that the PIPE is very well qualified as it evolved to take on the projects that have been sent to us. As I said before, next slide please. As I said before, the PIPE got a hold of these projects, and then that evolved into other projects. So I wanted to give you an update to date as of December 2022. We put $53 million in completed construction. That equals over 700,000 square feet of projects that have come through the PIPE based on the qualifications of the people you've seen, along with Jacobs. We currently have about $13 million in projects that are ongoing as we speak, and as you drive around Montgomery, we also help with other projects that come before us as well. So having said that, we want to be sure, next slide, that we give our partners Jacobs an opportunity to summarize what we've done with the MFI projects, and that's what Brittany will talk to you about right now.
Thank you, Kippy. Good afternoon. In just over 3 years, the city has invested over 43 million investments into existing community centers around Montgomery, 1 new community center, 1 park, which was Lagoon Park, and 1 state-of-the-art fire station. These were not just investments to construction or renovations, but they were also investments into our city and citizens. With that said, Lagoon Park, since the renovations have been completed, have seen over 27 plus tournament games. The fire station has 1 state-of-the-art baby box that has since been used since the fire station has been open. Chisholm and Sheridan Heights have seen esports programs this past summer, as well as basketball tournaments and other events hosted by council, Parks and Recs, and other community members. And Crump is now serving food back to their elderly, and they're seeing exercise programs and other bingo programs and other programs that the citizens and elderly use at that center. This upcoming Thursday, October 30th, we have the ribbon cutting for our brand new community center, Courtney Harmon Pruitt. So we invite the council as well as everyone else out to showcase that facility and the open facility and the pre-K space that will offer. By the end of this year, we hope to have the remaining 2 ribbon cuttings for our other 2 community centers, for TRC and for Regency Park. And we know that the city is very invested and excited about all the renovations that's gone on. I just wanted to say that Jacobs as well is very equally invested and excited, and we hope to continue to work with the city and continue to give back as well and participate in programs.
And just before we go, we don't want to forget about the folk who will actually be operating these facilities, particularly the community center. And Brandon's group has done a great job of assisting us in making sure that the brick and mortar now turns into programs that now begin to benefit the citizens here in Montgomery, and particularly the folk who really need to be involved with these programs. I would imagine at some point we can marry some of the discussion that you've had with the previous presenter and some of the things that Brandon has going on. So we do want to thank Brandon's Dean's team, because without them, we would just be sitting here putting brick and mortar in place without a real meaning of what this has done. Going back to Glenn, your project, you guys may not remember, but about a year and a half ago, it was pretty spirited conversation that we had at this podium.
Don't share it just yet, don't share it. We're gonna share it on that day.
I'm not going to say very
You know what
much.
I was gonna talk about.
I'm not going to say very much about that other than it's on YouTube. But the bottom line is, through all of that, we've been able to get to a point where that particular community center is a freestanding new construction, and we purposely designed it in such a way that it would be and highlight the interest into that particular neighborhood. So it had a lot more meaning than just a building. And that's one of the things that we want to breathe into these projects, is the fact that it has meaning behind the purposes that, quite frankly, you guys set the tone for. So having said that, we do have a brief video, Mr. President, it won't take but a second, so if you will, Maestro. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We have a short video because we knew we were going to be running up against time, so we didn't make it very long. But we're here to answer any questions you may have or entertain any kind of comments that might help us going forward into maybe the next particular phase.
Any questions, Mr. Tate?
Ms. President,
Ms. Riley?
y'all already know my question is already on your face before I even say it. When we gonna look at the community centers in District 4?
Councilman Riley, you raised a good point, and when we went through this very early exercise, it was decided that a lot of real community centers would happen in Tier 2.
They was on Tier what?
Ma'am?
Tier what?
Tier 2.
So when are we gonna start on Tier 2?
I can barely hear you, ma'am.
When are we going to look at Tier 2?
Well, that's the issue of funding, and I think that's a conversation that can be had once we begin to look at the entire program. So I'm not certain of when the timing is going to happen, other than when the funding becomes available. Quite honestly, we already have quite a bit of work done on the community centers in your district. A lot of the schematic design has already been done. We're just now waiting to apply the funding to those projects.
Okay, so we need to go and look for some funding. So can we have a meeting so we can start looking for some fundings for our community centers?
Well, as you guys know, that our operation is very transparent. We meet every Monday at 1 o'clock. So you guys have always been invited there, and you're welcome to continue to come. So anytime.
All right.
Any other questions?
Yeah, Mr. Tate, real quick, I get asked all the time, just wondering if we have any updates on TRC.
Yes, and Brittany, talk about that.
Yes, TRC has reached substantial completion, so you're welcome to go and look at the building. We are just waiting to tidy up a few other things that funding didn't originally have in the beginning, so to just give it an overall complete look, but we are hoping to have the ribbon cutting sometime before the end of the year.
Wonderful, thank you.
The contagious part about these projects is naturally we have funding limitations, but once you get into these projects, it becomes infectious. And to make them whole, sometimes we have to go a little bit beyond, but there have been other funds applied to the MFI funds to make these projects.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Mr. Pruitt?
I don't have a question, Kippy. I just want to tell you, when the mayor probably hired you for housing codes, you didn't expect to be in charge of all this. And it's probably one of the best things he's ever done is put you in charge.
Oh, my goodness.
And being serious. I mean, $53 million, man, that's impressive. And the way you've done it, over 700,000 square feet. And I don't think we would be where we are today if you didn't take head and put people together like her and your team. And dude, I know we butted heads, but I mean, I can't wait, and I appreciate you more than you ever know. Thank you.
Sound like Glenn working on
Mr. Pruitt, thank you for the compliment.
You got a new one.
And I will wear that, but I will say, if you come to our 1 o'clock meeting, there's a room of 20 other people in there. and I will not take entire credit for this, but I do appreciate the recognition, and I just want to make sure that the other people who've been involved in this.
Oh, listen,
equally
absolutely,
share that.
but you put the team together. We didn't have the team.
All right, thank you, Mr. Tate. I see you won the head button test here. His head
Thank you
still
very
full.
much.
Thank you very much.
Hey, give me my $20, please.
All right, next we have Mr. Ulysses Dixon and Larry Pierce, Ellsmead New Horizon. Yes, sir.
Good evening, everybody, councilman. I'm Ulysses Dixon, and we'd like to introduce ourselves.
Speak into your microphone, please.
We'd like to introduce ourselves. Ellsmead New Horizon Community Association.
Okay.
And I am the president of that association, and our vice president is not here with us this evening, Larry Pearson. And our treasurer is not here, Ida Wheat.
All right.
Hi, my name is Teresa Dixon. I'm the secretary for Ellsmead New Horizon Community Board.
And I'm Shirley Washington, the sergeant at arms.
All right.
And we just came down to introduce ourselves and to let you know our goal and our mission. Our goal is to make sure the Ellsmead community is safe and secure to provide food, clothing, education, and child care to the needy. Our mission is to work diligently with law enforcement in the city of Montgomery to help provide strong services to the Ellsmead community. And we would just like to have y'all support, and if any way we can have connections of Mitchell, this is your district, if we can have your information so we can get with you and talk to you and give you some ideas so that we can strengthen this community.
All right. And excuse me, Mr. President, he has one side of Ellsmead, so you have the
Yeah,
both
the
of
best of both worlds.
Yes,
Five
yes.
and 6.
5
Okay.
and 6.
Thank you. We look forward to working with you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Good
for
job.
coming. All right. Dr. Tania Stewart to speak with us on arts and entertainment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
My heart goes out to the mayor, our city administrators, and our council for all of the hard work that's been done. When the tragedy happened on Saturday, a week ago, I was reminded immediately of my efforts that I started 10 years ago to make arts and entertainment a part of our culture and of our workforce in our community. Arts and entertainment has never been respected in that light. And the first thing that came to mind is that had those young people had a camera, they would have been shooting the successful or beautiful festivity that was happening in this city. But instead, they had guns. So what we need to do, I believe, with your support, is start a training for the infrastructure of our young people to give them ideas about what they can do with their talents, rather than fight each other and take rocks and bricks and car racing up Atlanta Highway, but instead take a video camera, learn how to do the stories and tell the documentaries of the many legends that were reared and raised and that made this community. The brochure that's on the board there is something that we started about 4 years ago. We did the research. When I say we, were members of the junior college or community college community. We met weekly, getting that brochure together, saying the facts and putting the facts together to say that if we would train our people who are already there, some adults that's already working in arts and entertainment, trying to make all of the weddings and the political campaigns and everything look so good. But when a movie or a project comes into this area, they're bystanders just looking and hoping that one day somebody will see their work. Well, I'm proposing that we start an infrastructure using the help of friends that I've made over my 40 to 50 years in the entertainment business. Having those persons virtually and then come in for a final presentation to certify the work and have a ledger of names and occupations and talents that's ready to work when anybody brings a project here. Personalities like Barry Brown that produced his film here on the Hunting College story. Sturfon Demings has returned home here to Montgomery, who is an expert hairstylist. Crystal Bates, here in this audience with me here, August Wilson trained actress, performed in all of his shows. She's from Pittsburgh, but she now resides in Montgomery, Alabama. Together with other artists like Lisa Arundel, Anderson, and other actors and actresses from Broadway to Hollywood, I've gotten them to commit to help. Even behind the walls of juvenile delinquency here in this area, they're willing to help. But we need funds to get this going, and I have secured a grant already for the equipment. Just need the money to maintain the program. I really believe that we can make a difference together in the mindset, in the talent, in the availability, the workforce development, the economic development for the Montgomery County, for the city, the Tri-City area, and for the entire state of Alabama before you know it. Already Cat Williams has bought the campgrounds in Anniston. By the time he gets set up, we should be ready. Our young people will be doing films. They'll know what a grip is. They can be a grip. They can be a script supervisor. They can be a lighting designer. They can be all of these things. The caterers, even those who have retired from teaching, can be the tutors for children on the set. We can train them to do that. I've had 50 years of this work, and I'm willing at this point in my life to give 50 more if God says so.
All right.
But I need your help. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Stewart, for all you do. Thank you. That's a hard act to follow, right? So we're going to adjourn this work session until 5:25. The council meeting will start at 5:25.